All right. Back at it again. More bases. Doing some more grounded 1 tonight. So we wait for more grounded 2 bases to come in. How we doing tonight, my friends?
Meals on wheels.
So different playing this game. The first game versus the second game. Kind of insane. Feels so different at times. So fast. Got all the speed. Oh, yeah. How about that? Whoops. Oops. Got all my buttons mixed up. Thought we would start playing Ark and making a base. It's fun to build in this game. Sounds good. I have not played Ark before. Snake Tongue, welcome in. How's your guys' night going? Hopefully well. It has been a day. Ugh. 2-year-old is 2-year-olding real hard. Work was something else. Putting out firestorms. Oh, I forgot how good these weapons were.
There's a huge nasty coming in.
So good. December is check out of work month. Yeah, I was hoping.
I've been poisoned.
At this point, anything can wait until January. Yeah, unfortunately, this one was just someone. People, man. Dude got it. Just some guy getting way too angry with something that I have no control of. Like, yeah, it's not my fault. I can do my best to help you if you'd like that. But he didn't want help. He just wanted to rant. It was like talking to a 2-year-old, like in one ear, out the other. He didn't want to hear anything I had to say. That was a long day. Problem solving. Did you see my chats? I don't know if you did because of my lag. Your chat? I saw I'm lagging so much. And I read your first one about playing Ark. That was the first thing I read for you. But I'm not sure how viewership is going to be tonight. So I think we can just kind of get into these. Since we're just showing off stuff for fun. Haven't really seen these last 3 bases that we have to look at, and then we'll go play some Enshrouded afterwards. But let's see what happens. So tonight we have Shibuya Mat, E30 BMW, and Grim. And we're just going to be running around, checking them out. Shibuya? Why am I up here? This is J Grim. I'm so high. I was not expecting to spawn at the top of the map. That's a fun one. But yeah, so this one is Shibuya Mat. So I guess we'll just jump down and see what happens, maybe? Oh, that was the wrong button. Almost got myself with the momentum again. Oh, now it's coming together. Holy tower. Level 96 tape and has 4% move speed. I have no idea what that means at all, Ducky. This is the final base of spiral staircases. Yeah, Matt was like, I heard Timber doesn't like using spiral staircases, so let's make the biggest one ever made. Is what I'm seeing here. Let me just double check. Fast. Make sure I'm checking out the right stuff. Guess he didn't send me anything on it. So we're just exploring. I still don't know what that is, Ducky. I haven't played zero Ark. I know nothing about the game. Let's go down here.
That's a soldier ant.
Ooh, ouch.
You can really tell the difference from here.
Ah! I'm too young to die. Close the gates, hurry. Alright, let's get into it. Got a bounce web tower. That's to another zipline tower. Because the first one wasn't big enough, I don't think. If that's possible. It's a bird. Ah. Well, Matt has fully committed to the spiral staircases. Oh, we could have just ran across there. Who'd have guessed? Got the grand little entrance. Go up top first, then. Walkways around it. Ah, it's a basketball court. I was wondering. Very cool. This kind of reminds me of like most universities have this like have an indoor basketball court with a always has a super big track running around, like going around the basketball court for some reason. Reminds me of that a lot. I like it. It's a very clean basketball court. Hey, coziness. Look at us. Can hear stream, but it froze. I think you're just lagging, my dude. It's a rock basket. Alright, how do we get out of here? Not that way. Follow the signs. That's typically the best option. Wrong way. Just lag. Happens to the best of us. I feel like more of the base is over that way, so let's check this way out first. Tell what's happening. What day will you be reviewing Grounded 2 bases? This is my last week of streaming till I'm taking, after this week, I'm taking 2 weeks off for the holidays. I'm pretty much going to be out of town most of the time. So we will be not streaming at all for 2 weeks. And then from there, it really depends on how many bases we get. Because currently we only have one base. Outside of these Grounded 1 bases, we only have one Grounded 2 base to review. So we don't get more reviews, we can't do more reviews. So I'm assuming it might have to wait until the new update comes out. Not saying I wouldn't do it sooner, but without like 6 reviews to do, there's not a whole lot to review. I do know what an ankylosaurus is. Whoa. Hello? Grounded? There we go. Your base is not the base. This is just one random person. We haven't added your base to the list. You had a challenge, remember? We got a nice little bar in here. Having a bug party. You hit the build limit, well then start another world. Or delete some old stuff and make some new stuff. Storage. I need a world that hits the limit. This is my challenge for you. An airship that hits the build limit. Just one airship. Hello, a thief. Welcome in. How's your night going? Currently checking out Shibuya Matt's build. I didn't even notice that this was up here. Bunch of mushroom. Well, you have at least 2 weeks, if not, probably 3 weeks till we're doing more base reviews, so. Okay, we got your little storage area and
Water
stuff.
filtration tablets needed.
All the functional things. Is that it? I feel like I'm gonna miss a lot of stuff. Didn't get a rundown of what Shibuya had built. I'm just kind of winging it right now. See a whole lot. The massive tower, which will have to go up. Got Black Ops 1. Is that game still playable? Well, very cool build so far. Fun one. Like some of the little details that you're working on here. Bounce tower work. Easy. Love it when things work. I don't even remember Shibuya. I'll just say Matt. Ouch. Telling me exactly what was happening in their base. So we're just kind of aimlessly wandering right now. Nothing crazy. To get the dice and the servers maybe be up, but they're like Black Ops 2 servers where your IP will get hacked before you join. That sounds fun. I gotta say, Matt, your bounce tower is scary.
Right where I left
Oh.
you.
There we go. Oh, please. There we go. I haven't seen many of these open-faced ones before. That's a lot harder to build. And you were gonna keep going too. Holy cow. The king. Mega towers. See any other landmarks that they placed? I'm thinking that's it for this one. See anything at first glance? I think that's it. Worst comes to it, we can always come back if I hear from Matt that we. But we're just gonna fly through these. It's not a typical night for sure. Rims next. Just have a little fun, and then we'll just go do some building and stuff. Screw around in Enshrouded for a little while. Yeah. Okay. Rim has a fairly substantial build. Once. Oh, I don't understand people. Everyone wants to have so many opinions these days. So, this is Grim, J. Grimm's base. There's a couple things going on here. But we got their storage pallet area going on. Nice little building for this. Get upstairs. Crafting spot, some teleporters. Gotta love those. Nice little chest room. I like the ship design. Really nice. Always good. Jerky racks. Hey, what? Oh, this is one of your old ones? Do you want to share another one? That's updated? Sorry you're late. I got caught up looking at the most adorable smiling frog on TikTok named Maeve. All good. Grim, if you have one you want to share, I can get out of this one and show a new one. Just to show the pagoda stuff. All right. Let's see it. Whee. No! Let me back. I want on the ship. I just kind of saw that you had shared stuff, so I thought we'd show it off. All goods? Good. I like what you have going on in the outside here. This is really cool. I like that you like extended this downwards. I think that looks really nice. Cool that it like separates its stuff. Yes. I built my entire first pagoda base pre-nat. It was a serious challenge. Takes a different level of commitment. That looks super cool. I didn't even think of doing something like that on the floor. Oh yeah, I remember you sending me this. I was like, this reminds me of the Hogwarts staircases and stuff. Like they move and everything. That would be super cool if you could make that actually happen in this game. This looks really cool too. The fact that you even got this lined up that well, that looks really cool. I know it's such a simple detail, but that looks amazing. It's the little things I love. I think you can do a lot of interesting stuff in here. Staircases are super fun. Is there anything else in the world you want to show off other than this, Grim? Ooh. No, if you... Oh, the frog. It's like, what? Old news nowadays, we are all off-gridding. Ain't that the truth? Ain't nothing wrong with on-grid builds, though. They can still be really good. Just because it's off-grid doesn't necessarily make it better. Fish. Stairs also remind me of Squid Games, and now I want to recreate that whole island. Oh, geez. It'd be a fun build, though. Definitely a cool take on the pagoda. I'd love to see it finished, but of course we're deep in Grounded 2 now, so who has time for that? Clean easy. Playground off-grid airships and Grounded 2 will go hard. Yeah, they definitely will. Nothing really in here. Up by Moldork is the start of a Greek city, but a single temple in this save. We can look at it if you want to show it off, man. We're just kind of screwing around for a little bit. Too crazy. I didn't even notice this was rain either. Too. Might as well. Let's do it. After this, all we have is E30 BMW, which I'm pretty sure is a more substantial build, so we'll have some cool stuff to look at in that. But we are running low. Where if Lude is building more right now, he is playing Baldur's Gate 3 right now. His brother asked for it. That scared me for a second until I realized that that wasn't actual. Other way? Oh, like up there? Great game, Justified. Yeah, his brother and his brother's wife asked if we'd play Baldur's Gate 3 with them. So he ditched us. How dare he? Oh. I already like the column style, man. Very cool. I haven't seen a whole lot of people use this column technique, so I think it looks really cool. One of those I hope more people experiment with, especially as we get this stuff in Grounded 2. This was from way back when you first started streaming. Dang. One of the best weapons in the game. Are you scared? Nah, this ain't nothing. This is only one of the best weapons if you're not in New Game Plus. Very cool, Grim. Really good start to some cool stuff. No, you probably weren't planning on showing it off. I just saw that you had shared it, so I thought you were had stuff you wanted to show, so I was just doing it to fill time. Fun when you started doing the mushroom pillar floors. Oh, geez, yeah. Good times. Good times. We'll get back to those Grounded 2 days. Those same days in Grounded 2. Saying, this Ducky? This is not a good weapon. Thing's horrible. All this is good for is blowing up resources. Blow those up. Oh. Terrible weapon? I use it. I got an infused one with loot luck on it. So that's all I use it for, is to take it out, pick, like, loot a enemy, and then pick it back up. Or put it away. Alrighty. Looked at Grim's stuff. Gonna be quicker than I thought. We're definitely gonna have to take a decent break from World Tours. But BMW's world, from the pictures I've seen, is insane. It's like a cyberpunk kind of city. It looks really, really cool. Yeah. I don't even know where to start. Holy. Where even are we? Like, in the sky. Holy cow, it really is like a cyberpunk city. Holy moly. Alright, we're next to the pagoda. Dude, what the heck am I looking at? Alright, this one's gonna be cool. Not that your guys' weren't cool, but they were just like not fully finished bases that I thought I was doing reviews of, but I was wrong. Cyberpunk, great game. Same devs who made Witcher 3. Stop saying it. Okay, so first off, dude, that's a freaking helicopter. Like, that's actually a helicopter. I didn't even realize that at first. That looks so good. When you, like, once you realize what it actually is looking at the right angle, that's insane. Wow. This is some, like, crazy airship. Ready to take off. He's got multiple grids going on. I don't even know what we're looking at. Like a B-52 bomber over here. Very cool. Yeah, the neon sign. This looks insane. Oh, the world building. The freaking world building. Are you serious? Oh, you guys are killing me. World building number 2. Lude's missing. Lude is missing it. Should say send nudes. Follow that sign. Oh god. These are freaking hilarious. I don't even know where I'm going. This is like insane. There's so many grids going on right now. Like, I don't even know how we're gonna see everything that's happening. Okay, so what the frick is this? Doesn't have the handy net on. Dude, what is this? There. Holy cow, it's massive. Okay. Dude, he's got a frickin' like X-Wing. Dude, what? The ships are insane. That's like an actual looking like a mech. Those are nudes. A train? Holy cow. Dude, this is epic. I had never even thought of it. Oh gosh. Ducky made a clip. We're screwed. Wow. These ships are so cool. Dude, there's freaking more ships. They're everywhere. Dude, this is like a Batmobile. What? I'm actually kind of blown away right now. It's crazy. It looks so good at night, but I want to see this in the daytime really bad. Timber streams are gonna get flagged, right? Honestly. I have no clue how to even get around this place. This is chaos. Like so many things. Oh my gosh. It's everywhere. I don't even know where to start. There's so many people. I feel bad. Oh my god, it's a rocket ship. It's a freaking rocket ship. What? Dude, BMW is insane. How have I never seen this before? Lude is gonna love this base. Dude, there's so many armored dummies everywhere. Did I read the sign right? I think you did. I think you did. Oh, this is a really cool ship too. That's super interesting. Whoa. It's like a Wright Brothers ship. Dude, it's freaking insane. BMW, you're insane. There's so many cool things happening. My gosh, it just keeps going. It's everywhere. Yeah, the creativity is insane. I love that it's just like everywhere there was you had an idea and it's just I'm gonna put something here. I'm absolutely loving this rocket ship, though. That's freaking... Love how, like, the complete aversion to using staircases, too. Wow. That go to the spaceship? No, the other side. It's like something out of Mad Max Fury Road. Yeah, that combined with some, like, cyberpunk crazy city. What's happening? Stuff everywhere. Yeah. Like cranes, like these dudes are being like lowered down in like a crane or something. Reminds me of Arc Raiders underground facility. And not seen. I did see a sign down here, not the ones that you guys are thinking about. One that said go up some. Remember where that was though. Ah, here we go. Okay, up it is. Why do you have to go, Ducky? Yeah, about that size, Ducky. That's the way. This is the way. This is the way. Holy cow. So much happening. This is like some straight Luderav. Just so much happening.
No water filtration tablets.
Everywhere
needed.
you look. Just insanity. There's so much. I wish I could build with this much like chaos. Oh, sick. This is like a, I feel like these are at a lot of different series and stuff, but the, like, double rotating helicopter airship sort of things. Very interesting. Oh, gee. This thing, like, launches out of here. So sick. Wow. I love the frickin' vehicles and stuff. You go watch a movie or play a game, don't know what the fam is going to do. Cool. Enjoy. Gotta go back up now. This is E30 BMW's base. We did just recently review one of their grounded 2 base. You don't remember that one? They had the really cool garage build up on the podium. Know how to like navigate through this thing. It's insane.
I'm flying!
Enjoy the movie or game though, Ducky. Where is this even? I knew this base was going to be insane. I was not expecting. I mean, as always. I see a couple pictures and you just kind of know it's going to be a massive one. The top. Okay. Whee! Yeah, very cool BMW so far. There's a lot more random stuff to see. God, that was fast. I honestly thought I was going to die there for a second. Get out of here. Oh. I don't even know where to go. There's so much happening. There's like 4 ships and stuff. You see how many more direct decorations Grounded 1 has? Yeah. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get a lot more in Grounded 2 as time passes. Nope. Oh, dang it. Ow. Back up. There we go. Heck. Jumped out. That's what I did. But yeah, I mean, this is... Decoration-wise, this is what I would expect for Grounded 2 in the long run. If not more. Many more. I feel like they're already kind of increasing the amount thing. Other airship? All to my death. A water tower up here. So much happening. Go, go. Probably got like a dandelion tuft or something. Ouch. Where to next? Up here. Even like at the top yet. Don't understand the base, but it looks cool. Yeah, exactly. It's straight chaos theory building, for sure. Just so much happening. So much happening. Like, they're almost like futuristic skyscrapers. It's the sort of vibe I'm getting. Yeah. Stuff work in progress out here. Be interesting to see what this starts looking like in the daytime too. I like the mood that it sets with at night, but I can't quite see anything. Just got stuff everywhere. So crazy. Okay, so I think we've checked out the top. Need to kind of make our way down to see what we missed. Yeah, nighttime is really foggy as well. I kind of noticed that. I don't feel like Grounded 2 is quite this. Quite as much. And we get down without dying. Well, technically that's a yes. Rocket ship is so cool. Well, I sincerely apologize, E30, because I'm absolutely going to miss something. So much build. The amount of chaos happening is amazing.
Aphids, nature's lollipops.
This. The ships that you've built. So crazy. Know what they all are. Oh, geez. Run away from that. What is happening here? Holy cow. Like a light, it's like a blaster war. Dude, what the heck? This is insane. Oh my gosh. This is so cool. Wow. The fact that you got these to actually kind of look like blasters is kind of insane. The war on the infected. Oh. What in the world? Exactly. Exactly. Machiavelli will come in. You've joined to see some chaos. This is straight insanity of a build. So much happening. Full on war. Very interesting. I'll have to get more backstory on a lot of this stuff. I don't know a whole lot about E30 BMW's world, but I'm liking whatever we're seeing. Very cool. Underground area. Great job on whoever made that. Yes, E30 BMW. The mastermind behind this insane build. Don't think they've necessarily finished everything yet, but man, whatever is going on is creativity at its finest. Like so much happening. Like these are like all these are on like different grids and stuff. So much overlapping of elements. It's insane. Even these are all like crazy. Hard to follow at times because there's so much happening though. So much. Don't get stuck in the grass, please. Have a little base down here. Guessing this goes down into the bottle cap, yeah. Isn't it a creative world, right? Like he actually had to farm all the material? Heck. Yeah, it's set to medium, so I believe this is all survival. As far as I know, it is. I don't think E30 is here at the moment, so I can't necessarily confirm that 100%, but I'm pretty sure this is not creative. They also, or yeah, this is the way to tell. You can't use the gnat. Gnat's not on. It is survival. Oh, sweet little base too. I always loved these little like milk molar bottle bases. It's a perfect place to put one of those too. Like just sit and watch the bugs having a war. Very cool. Dude, what a spot for your bed too. Get to it. Oh, duh. I didn't know the back of this was see-through. Never actually noticed that. Cool little use. Seen a lot of really cool little bases in these things. Question is, do they have more built that I'm missing? There's so much happening, I don't even know. Alright, let's take a little fly around in camera mode, see if we can see a little. I never found the nudes. E30. Wonder if it's just a neon sign. There's stuff there we didn't.
Nice and clean.
There's like a room up there we didn't even see before. Fall, I'm dead. Too close for comfort. 30 is really challenging my parkour skills. Big time. Oh, okay, so that's that. Okay, yeah. Well, by far the coolest ships in general we've seen. Want to say that's it. But I don't actually know. Kind of enjoying the chaos of it. So much. Oh, it's even R2-D2. There you go. It really is an X-Wing. Just chilling on a table. Trying very hard not to fall to my death constantly. Say, is this even like an actual train too? Wow. I feel like I want to go over one more fly around real quick. The amount of chaos is amazing. Absolutely insane. Very unique build. Like, we have some more bases, but I don't know. Quick look around the map to see the other home potentially, and then we will head out. Very cool though. Honestly, those ships were like next level creativity. E30 only really showed me images of what they built there. Spider wasps.
Might up ahead. The goblin of the backyard. You know what they say? A foolish consistency is the hobgoblin of
Very cool cathedral build type thing in here to like fight the bugs that come from the waft emitters. Another really cool build. I love the Colosseum style builds. They're really... And I am sorry if you did not want to show this off, E30. But it's pretty epic. So it deserves some love. Uh-oh. Nope. Wait. Jerky doesn't heal, I forgot. Grass growing in is a nice touch, yeah. Do like that as well. It brings back such good memories to be back in this game. Fond times on the channel playing some Grounded 1. Little house here. Oh my gosh. I love the just like absolute refusal to use stairs. Creates for a very interesting feel of a base. Thinking that's probably everything. Don't actually. Gotta be. See any house mark. Very cool though. Gotta love the base that was up there. Very, very fun. so many insane ideas. I feel like Ludorad's just gonna lose his mind. Tower. God, how fast you going. Well, build down there as well, but not doesn't look like would want to show off. Interested to see once we get the pond area and grounded too, what people will come up with, like with boats and stuff. It's gonna be really. And we're back, just like that. I didn't even see this little tank thing. The ships are so cool. Wow. So freaking cool. Well, I'm going to say that's probably it for this one. Uh-oh. Anything down there? I'm trying to do a dodge. Too used to grounded too. Little root base. This looks really. I know that's really simple, but something about that looks nice as well. Very cool. Well, thank you for letting me check this one out, E30. This was really cool. Now I understand why your grounded 2 base was so interesting. Kind of afraid to even see what the heck you come up with in the long run. Gonna be absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So much. Everywhere you look. There's even a ramp for this one to go down. Treehouse base too. Yeah. This Discord? What's up? What happened? Yeah. All right. Alrighty. Well, that is the end of the base tours for the night. Very quick one. Thought we had a little bit more to look at, but I was slightly mistaken on some of the bases that had been shared. They were just little portions people were wanting me to check out and stuff. But very cool build, E30. This was really cool to see. I'm like absolutely. I'm very, very excited to see what you do in Grounded 2, because this stuff's insane. And we're dead. Sorry, give me 1 sec. Respawn. Yeah, I will never understand. So ridiculous. Yes, so. I think I will reinstall Grounded 1 and send you my base for next week. We will be out of town for the next 2 weeks. So I don't plan on doing any base tours for 2 weeks at least. And then we currently only have one Grounded 2 tour at the moment, given if Ducky doesn't finish his crazy airship. So if we don't get more Grounded 2 stuff, we might just be putting Tour Tuesdays on hold until the winter update comes out specifically. But for now, we're going to jump into some Enshrouded. We will continue our fun builds on there. I'm kind of at a stopping point, specifically myself, for Grounded 2 builds. I need a bit more. I need new materials. I have a very specific vision for how this tower is going to work, and without without having a few materials that I want, I'm kind of just at a standstill point. In 1 sec, I got to give my wife her computer real fast. She left in here. Not going anywhere. Just gotta set it outside. Hope the dog is doing well. He's doing great. He is doing great. And yeah, Chab. Oh, jeez. Chap. Yeah, this dude on Discord. I don't know why people have to be such haters. I don't understand. Catching up. Ridiculousness. Yeah. I'll never understand people coming into a Discord and being disrespectful. Just don't get it. Builds all suck, but he seems to have watched every stream. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's always the people. It's like Luderav. He's got like 2 people. I had to ban him from the channel because they just commented on every video he's ever been in. On my channel, on other people's channels, like, and it's just like pure childish disrespect. Like, there's no intelligence in the conversation. And like Mochi coming in to a Grounded based, like the entire channel's based off of Grounded. Like, that's how we got started. Like, the entire channel is here because of Grounded. So I'm like, I don't understand the hatred towards a game. Like, if you don't like the game, don't watch the channel. Like, there are hundreds. The reason I don't play Valheim is the exact reasons that he says Grounded is for children. I'm like, I think the graphics for Valheim are more childish. But like, at least there's an art style. But like, saying Valheim is just better because you've seen cool builds in it, like, he even said that Enshrouded builds are lame and voxels are lame. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, you hate everything, so why are you here? Like, I can't understand. Sec. Xbox app. For some reason, yeah, they need attention. If that's what it feels like. I don't know. If he says anything else stupid, I'm probably just gonna have to ban him. Yeah, big brown dookie base you've got. Like, why? don't understand the root. Ay, ay, ay. Never understand. I'll never understand it. Reading sounds like a child, yeah. Yeah, someone that just, I don't know. I don't know, if you don't like the Discord, like, don't join it. It's like, yeah, of course, if you join a Valheim Discord with Valheim builders, you're going to see cool Valheim builds. I'm not, like, this is my community, not the Enshrouded Discord or the Valheim Discord. So, yeah, there's 50,000 people from those games in those Discords. We're just a small YouTube channel, Twitch channel. Like, I don't understand it. You really hope that's a child? Yeah, otherwise it'd be pretty sad. 30 minutes, I tried Valheim. I so hate this that I can't imagine having great building in it. Yeah, it's a very unique style. I don't know. Someone give me some context on what's going on. Sorry, there's someone joined my Discord and has been just making degrading comments towards everyone's builds and that they don't like Grounded as a building game. I'm like, pretty ironic and weird to, like, pretty ironic to join a Discord where the channel's based off of Grounded and then be annoyed that there's Grounded builds and that's what the majority of people are playing. I don't understand it. This is the only building game I played since Halo 3 Forged. Halo 3 Forged was freaking amazing. Box app was being weird. Yeah, sorry, Snake Tongue, for the confusing messages, but no, yeah, just dealing with someone in the Discord being disrespectful towards people for no reason whatsoever. First thing they said was just talking about how Grounded's a horrible building game, and I'm like, cool. What an opinion you have. Didn't like it. I don't know why you joined a Grounded Discord that's, like, working on coming into different games. Yeah, I loved it. That game also had its own off-grid techniques. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Something about the off-grid building that we do in Grounded is, like, it's set off, like, 5 random people that just hate the idea of building off-grid and, like, testing new techniques and having fun in general. And they're just, like, so triggered that people would play the game how they want to play it, and they're mad that we play the game in a way that they don't or something, or I don't know. Which block is the floor? Which floor? Sorry, which floor? Yeah, and then they're like talking like, don't only the tiles. It's the tiles. Guess which location? Sorry, I'm just running around a lot. This is highly polished stone. This is the main white block I'm using. Then just polished granite. Build this off. It's like the Midnight Tomb. The Starlight block. And the majority of it is just polished granite or granite for this stuff. A couple random other materials, but I don't think we have any sandstone specifically. I actually need to update my Twitch. Give me one sec. It amazes me how you have to physically place each block to see if its effect in 1,000 ways. Yeah, there's so much freaking potential. Insane. The game. Yeah, it's definitely overwhelming at the start. I find it gets easier. I think you have to get past that first, like, the first overwhelming portion for me. So, like, the first thing I did in this game, well, after building a horrible hut that was the worst starter base ever made, is I was also overwhelmed. I went through and built this exact little structure thing so I could see a wall, an interior wall, what a window, stairs, little column, and if you made like a hand railing type looking thing out of it, out of every single block. And for me, this was a really good exercise to just kind of like get over that overwhelming portion of the game. It really helped me go, okay, now I know what each one of these blocks like physically looks like, and then I can start to kind of game plan ideas on how I would use them forward. But without this, like, without seeing them like visually, I think I would have been overwhelmed even more. It makes a big difference how they interact, and they always kind of... This at least shows you the bare minimum of how each block is going to react, and then, of course, you get some weird interactions between all the different blocks, like when they start touching each other, so that's a totally different thing you kind of have to learn. But, yeah, the whole thing is pretty amazing. Looked for a location to start building, took me leveling up to 33 to find it. Yeah, honestly, though, like, I didn't start building this until quite a ways into the game. I had done a ton of stuff before we really started building this base. It took a long time. We're at... These numbers are always inflated, but we're at 885 hours on Steam right now, so... I feel like the first, like, 200 hours of the game were just learning how it works. You had no idea there were this many options? Yeah, there's a lot. And that wasn't even everything. Like, that was all the blocks minus the new blocks from the last 3 updates. So there's 3 updates, so probably another 5 to 10 blocks at least. But it's very fun. I'm having a great time with it. Great infill for when we can't play grounded as much. Off stream... for those of you who haven't seen this stuff, we were working on this a little bit last stream. We kind of finished up the main staircase and stuff, and then I loved the design of the new staircase so much that I immediately had to just go and redo this, because this was never hit like the level of design that I was happy with. Like, I'd never been happy with it, and so we're adjusting this now, which I'm really happy with how this is starting to turn out. We still have to do the whole bottom. But this has been a lot of fun. Randy, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. But yeah, since this is my like Dwarven Forge mountainside build, I liked the idea of, it's not perfect, but to make this sort of look like a hammer, since our main forge is right in here. So I thought that was a cool little slight addition, or slight change to the whole design. Like, of course... takes similar design techniques building this, but I want each one of these to utilize the same sort of things without being just a carbon copy of them. So each one sort of is going to have its own feel, even though we're using similar kind of visual aesthetics in the build. But they're all going to be a little unique. As you can see, some of the elements are similar, but some of them are just a little different. That way everything sort of reads as its own build, but it's also kind of, it's going to look nice as like a major city as well. Your design here is truly amazing. Thank you, Shep. Appreciate that. I'm having a lot of fun with it, really. 1,275 hours so far. Love this game. Dude, that's awesome. This is one of those games that you could think... I think when I first started playing this game, I was like, oh man, like, it's not a procedurally generated world. Like, I find that those games tend to die out faster than I would like. And this game has not felt that way. As much as I originally thought it would, the way that they've built this game out is just feel like you could just endlessly build in this game forever and have a great time. And they just keep adding blocks, and they keep adding so many things. What statues are those? The new biome? No. These statues are the... Yeah, 1,200 hours plus. I'm still here. Yeah. That's perfect. Love to hear it. Let's see. I think I have a couple of them somewhere. There they are. It is the statue of Queen Pikemead. So I think you get these from the Pikesmead area. I think they were potentially added in like after that as well. Like I think that was in the game, and then they upgraded it. Where? Long time. I think this is Pikesmead, right? Yeah. I think you unlock them somewhere in there, but there's like a specific quest to do it. Added Christmas trees and decorations for the new update. True, I forgot about that. I was watching Chisel Chip earlier too. What? What? What's this little flame? The heck? Gone. Alright, well. I missed a scroll or a chest in that area. Potentially. It was added later for sure, so I couldn't tell you 100% where you get those.
Hey. Hello.
Yeah, I think the Bard has the new. Too bad our build isn't Christmassy. Anything. That's about the only like good statue in the game currently. There's a couple, but they're not my favorite. All right, let's see what these look like real fast. Merry Christmas. Jealous. Chisel has his amazing little snow base that he just built out not that long ago. Now he's got this like perfect little Christmas update to go decorate. Love it. They're awesome. There's so many cool items in this game. It's crazy. Don't have a good spot. I haven't even built myself a bedroom. I don't even know where I'm gonna live in this base. I just got so into all the details and stuff that I couldn't be stopped. Gonna have. We won't have much room in here. Bedrooms are always built last, I find. It's feeling that way. Wasn't necessarily the plan originally, but that's how it's working. Well, I guess I lied. I do have a bedroom. I don't want to just lie to you guys straight up. I'll show you my bedroom. And then you can discern if I have a bedroom or not. It'll probably be up somewhere in the cathedral, potentially. But yeah, this is currently my build shack. This is where I live. Nice, accommodating. 4 walls, a roof. How's this dude build these mega builds and then has that as a bedroom? What a loser. Yeah, it's cozy. That's a good way to put it. That's what happens when you're so focused on all the other details that you have to work with. Who needs a bedroom? I could just live here. I'll just look at this stuff all day, honestly. Who cares about the rest? Having way too much fun. Maybe my bedroom will be in the grotto when we get this built out. Could be. Who knows? Don't even remember the last time I slept in game. I don't typically. I also have nighttime turned down really to like the lowest, like 2 minutes. So My blacksmith hates me. I steal his at my convenience. I mean, you built him that bedroom, right? So he owes it to you. In with that. I feel like I've been staring at this frickin' dwarven entrance for way too long. Like, it's about time we get this thing finished. Six, 2, 6, 7. This is 2, 7. Need what, polished granite? Yeah. 1 layer polished granite. Then that. The building animation in this game are interesting. What part of it, I guess, what I'm curious about. Thank you for remembering what you used in different areas. I mean, it's a rough guesstimation. I wouldn't say it's a science. I also have been taking this stuff apart quite a bit recently, so that also helps with, like, remembering. I think I'm finally feel like I'm kind of hitting that level of confidence where I'm like, okay, I know how this is built. I know what I want to do. Takes a minute, though. That's for sure. One of the slower, like, build progression games I've found. There's just so much optionality in the game in general. Like, the hardest thing, you could spend weeks just deciding on what the heck you're gonna build, what material alone you're gonna use. Need a handy dragon? Dude, that would be so cool. Oh, that would be so sick. Okay, that's right. How is this? But 1 block, then polish. Half the battle of learning this game is just figuring out the controls. Like, that really felt like half my time spent was just trying to get comfortable with the actual controls of the game itself. They're really not bad once you get used to them, but those first couple days of building are a challenge. We'll say that. It's a very, very unique build system in general. It's just tough to tell if you're building or breaking sometimes, but that might just be because I haven't played it yet. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, part of it's like there's an undo button, so like I might do that and then undo it immediately with the press of a button. So that also is probably not visually easy to tell because you guys have no clue. It's not something you're seeing. I'm just pressing Y to undo something. So at first glance, that's not necessarily something that I would say that's easy to see from a viewer's perspective. Yeah, the undo button is incredible, though. Like, honestly, every building game needs an undo button. It is so convenient. And to you guys, it looks a lot simpler, but there's just like, I've also adjusted a lot of my key bindings and stuff, so I have a lot of like scroll wheel options for everything, just because made the flow better for me. Okay. Carpet out. Yeah, and it's also maxes out at 5 undos. I think that's right. Yeah, you get 5 undos. Honestly, more complicated than the building side of things is just the props in general. That is where it's a whole different rabbit hole of stuff you can get into. Kind of insane. Oh great, what? Not going. You haven't touched props yet? Oh my gosh, it's game changing. So I really enjoy the voxel based block system because it creates a very simple thing to do unique layouts. Like, it's a grid. You cannot build off the grid with the blocks. So it gives you what I like about Grounded as well is like the blueprint system, the grid that they use is sort of fixed. So it eliminates some of the optionality that I feel that a lot of games, some games have too much optionality, and it just becomes like incredibly ridiculous to figure out what the heck, where to even start. Whereas this is like you have blocks, and the only thing that this is just a different shape. It's not like, oh, this is a taller thing you build with. It's just more blocks stacked in unique ways to make the building faster. So you kind of have this like base system to work with. But then once you get into props, dude, this is where this game beats every other building game for me. Because you can place this and kind of do the same thing. You can lock the props onto the grid. So you have this simple way of kind of lining things up. Very easy to tell. Place it wrong. It creates a simple way of building. So like, there you go. There's your grid. Those are one-off. But where it gets insane is that the props not only have this grid snapping system where you're connecting to the blocks, but they can all be placed completely off grid. So that means you can do any of this. You can do some weirdness, however you want to do it. But then it gets weirder because you can rotate, and then you have this other option where you can do anything. And this is where creativity hits a totally different level. Because these have 360-degree unlimited adjustments. You can raise them and lower them, so you can clip blocks into other things. You can completely hide them within other things. Like, there's no limitations to the props themselves. And that is where this game starts to be, like, for me, the reason I see it is the best building game I've ever played. No disrespect to some of the other games out there, of course. I mean, Valheim, I know, has a pretty good build system that a lot of people like. Like the guy in Discord is arguing about that's the best game and everything else sucks, apparently. But I haven't played a whole lot of Valheim. I personally do not like the artistic style of the game at all. It is just not my visual aesthetic. And so it's not something I personally enjoy playing in, but that doesn't mean it's not a good game. But my frame of reference is that Chisel Chip, who has thousands of hours in the game, says that Enshrouded is a better building game. And that, for me, is enough to go, yes, this is... If someone with that much experience and that much time in the building of that specific game is saying that this is better, I don't think I can really refute that in any way. But personally, I just think visually it's a very interesting visual game overall. There's just so much customization to what you can build. There's no structural system, so you're just like freed up to build however you want. Which I think is also really fun. The voxels create a really unique kind of experience as well, which I think is a lot of fun. That doesn't necessarily mean that other build games are not as good. I just think this one has a level of build potential that I just don't see other games quite having. He's out one. Okay. Yeah, dang. Wait, no. Right? Different. So glad you were playing Enshrouded. You can even add decay. Oh yeah, that's the other side of it. I forgot. I always forget to mention these as well. Not only can you decay things, so you can make anything look old and decrepit, or you can make things that look old and decrepit not look old and decrepit, which is a really cool thing. Naturally, I don't have any of the overgrowth in my inventory right now, but you can also add vines and vegetation and stuff to builds that aren't blocks themselves, which is another kind of insane concept in general that I don't really think any other game's quite done. And you can just add those onto anything. Make them big, small. Click of a button. And they just as easily just go right away. Disappear like it's nothing. So I'm a huge fan of this game. I think it's incredible. Has a level of build potential and detail that I just have never seen in a game quite before. And I really enjoy the overall game. I would say the only thing that I feel is a little lacking at times is the combat. And it's not a bad combat. I just find it to be a little one-dimensional at times. That's all. Not bad, but just a tad one-dimensional. A little too hack and slash for me at times. Bash your head against things. As far as building a shack for flame level progression and just decided my actual spot now, so in reality I just started, honestly, it's not a bad place to be. Really isn't. You're going to put some time into this game if you're going to build in it. It's not something that's just going to happen overnight by any means. Some serious dedication. You doing? Drunk. I agree, but I'm all right with it. I love how beautiful and relaxing this game is, and especially double jumping and wingsuiting everywhere. Yeah, it's incredible. I say that, like, I say the combat is like a sticking point for me in terms of it's the one thing I can critique. It is not like, oh, the combat sucks and it's boring. I'm like, that's the only thing that I feel like I can really even critique, is which is a high praise. If the combat is the only thing that I think is a little lacking at times, but I don't think it's unfun by any means either, though. Like, I absolutely enjoy the combat as well. I just find it to be a little less interesting than like Grounded or like a Dark Souls game where it's more skill based, whereas this is a little more free, not quite as difficult. No, I'm also not playing on the hardest difficulty either. I think if you really wanted a challenge, you would get more of it. And you could probably dive way deeper into the whole thing. Size of the world amazes me. Yeah, I think that's another thing that's really cool is like, I mean, I enjoy procedurally generated. I think that stuff's awesome. I think for like longevity, it's a really positive thing for a lot of games. But the handcrafted world, like the things that they have built in this game put me to shame. Like, the developers just in general building out the things that they've done is absolutely insane. Grounded has much better combat. Yeah, I just like the more, like... Especially, like, Grounded 1, I think that combat is a little flat. I don't think there's enough. I feel like Grounded 2 is going to a much, much better level in terms of it. So it's like, even Grounded could have done better at times. But I will not say that it's, like, any of them is bad by any means. Yes, we all have our own kind of personal preferences and stuff of how combat works, how games are fun, how we like to play them. It's all personal opinion at the end of the day. Doesn't really matter one way or another. It's just whatever you have fun doing. I hated the melee combat in Enshrouded. I switched to Archer, and it's a whole new world. That's the other side of it, too. It really is. I think that's what's so cool about it is that you get to play the game how you want. You're not forced to play as a ranger. You're not forced to be a mage. You're not forced to a specific weapon type. The weapon types in the game honestly have little to no overall effect on combat in general, which I think is kind of a fun way to do it. Like, Grounded oftentimes felt like if it has a downside in its combat, it's that it forces you to use the things that are really good. And I don't always find that to be the most engaging kind of gameplay mechanic at times. But they've definitely changed it for Grounded 2. I find it to be much more engaging. And I think it's the flexibility at the end of the day that I think is what makes it fun. And this game is what's great. Like, the fact that in this skill tree, other than the fact that you can't zoom out of the skill tree, that's the only downside to it. The flexibility, like, I haven't built any other builds other than this thing I've been messing with, this, like, battle mage, one-hander, hack and slash sort of build. And there's so many more things you could do. Like the two-handed barbarian warrior type builds, the tanks if you're playing with people, rangers, assassins, like wizards, healers. There's just so many like intricacies that you can do, which I think is what it does really well. I just find at times like hit. I think what I would change is the blocking mechanic in the game. I think that's what sort of makes it feel underwhelming at times, I guess. Because it's a little weird to get used to. I did my own skill tree. I sucked, then I Googled a dedicated one. Shep felt stupid. I Googled one at first as well. I started with like a core frame because I really liked this guy's critical strike healing build. And from there, I've made my own adjustments to kind of figure out how I like to play the game. But it's a lot easier to kind of take someone else's build that they put a lot of time into and sort of figure out what you like. There we go. I was like, something is not working here. It's because that voxel was not right. Didn't even have the block placed right. That makes more sense now. And it's got these little things like turning the voxels off so you can see how you're building a little bit more, a little easier. Makes it really nice. A lot easier to compare like what's wrong and what's right about something. Man it. There's a lot of depth to the game though. A lot of depth. Never knew that was an option. Which one? Sorry. Taking someone's build and then starting and using it as like a framework. Yeah, if you have questions, don't be afraid to ask. Not gonna say that I am the be-all end-all of knowing things of Enshrouded by any means. I would never even start to say I'm like an expert at this game. I think there's way too much to get into, but oh yeah, the voxel settings, yeah. I am working on a top 10 tips video for Enshrouded. The progress has been so slow is my main issue. I've not been able to get anywhere near as much done as I would like to on a regular basis, but quite happy with it. Did. This. Continue that pattern a little. All right, that's cool. More cohesive. Issue is going to be placing the same. Why are these on different planes? Who put a hole in my wall? Yeah, you like it more? Okay, I like it too. As long as we are all on the same page. There's just so many little things in this game. Oh gee. Trapped. Trapped myself in my own moat. These were all placed and then they like at some point they updated the look of these, so they slightly changed a little bit. Not much, but just enough that we gotta rework them a little bit. Come back and the game changed? Yeah, we finished all the reviews, my dude. No doggy tonight. He's downstairs. He's not feeling it. He'll be back tomorrow, though, for sure. 3 nights a week is too much for him, I think. Not a fan. He just despises being in my office. Couldn't tell you why. Just hates it. One piece of advice I will give you, Ship, when you're building, use the big blocks as much as you can. Because the beauty of these is that when you place them, you can remove the whole block. But as soon as you start removing a piece of it, it can start getting weird. Sometimes it will allow it still like that, but like this. But a lot of the times when you start building these bigger walls and things are overlapping, if you want to undo things, building them slightly more efficiently is always a good idea. Yeah, it saves time. If you only build with this little block, you're just hurting your soul. You're just making your life more difficult than it needs to be most of the time. Doesn't mean that you can only build with those. Like, if there are times where you have to build with a single block. But if you don't have to, I wouldn't force it. Use the big blocks whenever you can. Mean Doggy Bro has a 7-Eleven and he can't do... What? What do you mean a 7-Eleven? Thinking we gotta work on this side a little bit. I kind of want the white portion of this, sort of how it's like tearing down. I think I want more of it, so maybe we only have like one of these or 1.5 of them showing, and we just kind of slowly drop it down. Oh, a 7 to 11, like a job, not the convenience store. I get it now. I catch you. catching your drift. Let's turn the voxels back on. Yeah, I'm hoping that before the Grounded 2 winter update comes out that I'll get this Enshrouded Top 10 Tips video done, but every time I sit down to do it, I get something from work or a child needs something. I have not had time to do what I want to do. But Ducky Timber lives a rough life, man. He's got to lay on a couch for 15 hours a day doing nothing. That's tiring work. Talk about an exhausting existence. And is it helpful to toggle that setting on and off? Mostly for me, when you're trying to match things. So if you're trying to build something like symmetrical, so this is a perfect example of it, it really comes down to, I guess, if you watch here, let's do it like this. So watch as you turn them down, you can very quickly tell, like, okay, there's 3 blocks here. And then you go up, so it's up, 2, over. This is 1, 2, 3, down 2, down 2. But the difficult side of it is that becomes much more difficult to see. So when you're trying to like replicate different parts of your build, I find it to be the most useful. Because it's very easy to like remove something and not necessarily be able to tell what's going on. Or another great example is this block was missing. At first glance, when you're looking at that, that doesn't look like a block is missing because the voxels of this block and this block are connecting in the middle. So unless you're really paying attention, it's very easy to miss those little things. So if you're looking at part of your build and one side's doing something and the other side's not, I tend to turn the voxels off specifically to tell like, okay, what block is wrong here? What is happening that's not like a carbon copy of the other side? Makes it exponentially easier to do those little details. Especially while you're learning how each one of the voxels worked. Because that can be where it's the most overwhelming. It's just figuring out the top of the weathered block I really, really like because of these little like column pieces. And that looks very different than the top of a different block. There's a lot of little things that turning voxels on and off can kind of mess with. And you never really know. You never quite, honestly, you just never quite know how 2 blocks are going to interact with one another. So you just kind of toss them down. Like that's slowly how you figure out like, oh, okay, this looks really interesting if you make little like slit windows. Like this looks kind of cool. But you'll never figure that out unless you just start placing blocks and messing with them. Could not for the life of me get a symmetrical building I was working on. I'll have to try turning off the voxels. Yeah, symmetry specifically is where I think it's the easiest. It makes it the easiest. I don't know. I need game. What? I need this game. Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really fun. Let's replicate. Drop that back. Your level, mate. Ouch. Yeah, like even this block. It's very different than other blocks when you place them. Just so many little interesting, intricate details you can kind of get lost in. Because it pulls things back. Let's definitely move back one. It already is. A lot of the stuff you'll just pick up slowly. Not something that you'll just like instantly feel super comfortable with. It does take a little more time. But you can definitely pick it up faster than it kind of feels like sometimes. Trial and error, I think, is typically what I would say takes the most effort. As soon as you get that, like, that first feel for the game and you start going, okay, I know how these blocks work, I know what blocks I like the best, I think it exponentially speeds up the whole thing. I think people will hate on creative builds and this like people do in grounded. I don't. Well, one, there's no creative at the moment, but I think this game lends itself to a creative mode better than some other games will. But at the end of the day, who cares? Don't waste your energy trying to please people. If you like building in creative, build in creative. If you like building with a resource world, build with a resource world. Like, don't waste your energy on people who are wasting their life complaining about other people's desires. Like Mochi in chat. Perfect example of someone. Not worth the effort. Oh, there's not a creative mode right now? Yeah. You like building a certain way. Don't waste your time feeling like you have to please other people. That's my opinion. It's a single player game. Play it how you have fun. Everyone else can suck it. I'll make the arguments for you guys. Don't feel like you have to. I'll happily be the defender of the channel for everyone. Great work. Thanks for the tips, Timmer. I'm going to catch you on the next stream. Sounds good, Chip. Have a great rest of your night, man. Hopefully see you tomorrow. One sec, gotta give my wife her mouse real fast. All right, back to it. Yeah. I guess the question now is how... Feels like it needs to come down a bit more, doesn't it? Also... This is a great example of what I was just talking about, being able to quickly remove these types of mistakes or changes. Very quickly, you can make fast adjustments. You don't build one block by one block over and over again. Is that matches better? One side is over. Oops. I've been absolutely loving these roof blocks. I would say if you're playing this game and you haven't built with roof blocks, mess with them. They're really interesting. Much harder to work with because the voxels get really funky at times. But also really cool. Yeah, it's a wall, but the roof blocks make it look cool. Except for when they don't do the same thing. For who knows what reason. Just one. This is where you can kind of quickly figure out why things are not working the same on a wall versus another as well. Or figure out why you don't know what you're doing. Oh, I know why I'm in it. Because this, the castle wall block. Not the roof block. Derp. Now it'll work just fine. Close. One block. Weird. Whoa. There's so many weird mechanics in this game. Half the battle of figuring out what you want to do is how do these pieces even work together? Like what? Game is insane. Probably a tad too much detail, but having fun. That's all that matters, right? A little. I want the top to feel a little bit more lit up and kind of light, and the bottom to feel a little bit heavier and stuff. I think we're gonna do the same lighting effect on the bottom here. Make it feel a little bit more fortress-like. But this looks really... like there's about 1,000 patterns I could try out here before I actually decide on what I like. Bird is overweight and can't move. Why are you feeding your bird so poorly? That's the question. Yeah, I feel like we need to go more castle block. Much as I like the polished granite, I think I only really used it because a lot of these other new blocks were not part of the game when I first started playing. So, very much changed my opinion. That's a lot of wood. Or it sounds like a lot of wood. I don't actually know what a lot of wood is in it. And also get some cool patterns. I might kind of mess with that as well. Like... so many things. Got a lot of depth that way as well. Wood roof needs 60? Yeah, that's a lot of wood. I do not hesitate saying that now. I just feel like we need to drop. Two. What are you doing with all that wood? Polished actually pretty good on the top there. Small differences. Just enough to break up the texture just a bit. Just a hair. Okay, it feels like we could work with that. Almost think that maybe this, like the edge needs to be more of a white or something. See what I'm doing. Yep. Yep. Your movie didn't last very long. I thought you had to play a game or something, Ducky. What happened? Head in the right direction. We'll see. I'm not sure if that's too detail or not. Definitely would be too much of this like stained glass type look if we just did this all the way down. So I'm not sure we want to go quite that far. It's a great example of why I like using the voxels off at certain parts. Specifically for these roof blocks, it is so much easier. Really figure out what the heck you're... One... Block. There it is. Played a game? That was quick. The games I play with my wife's family are good luck. 6 years later. We play games, we're playing like Catan or something, so it's like 3-4 hours. They're not short games. That's for sure. Outburst? I've not heard of that one. Many freaking games. We're actually doing a game exchange. Game exchange instead of a gift exchange. Feel like I'm gonna end up with a game I don't want, but be worse, I guess. Very interesting. Wonder if we could put like... hide some torches in these, maybe. The one thing I'm still figuring out is like exterior lighting in this game is interesting. Cookies, and someone has to name 10 things. The themed cookie? Interesting. It's not that fun. Some of those types of games are like, depends on who you play with. I played this game, Snake Oil, with my brother, and we had a great time with it. Really fun game. But if you're not like a really witty person, it's not a fun game. You gotta be really, really witty. Like, my wife doesn't think on her feet as well as I do. She's more of a, like, prep planning type person. I'm more come up with randomness off the top of my head, no problem. Tell if this is just too much detail, though. Card that was plain, so my dad named them all in like a minute. Dang. I know nothing about planes. I loved Snake Oil because it was... You just got a random card. You had to sell that card to the person. So very similar to like Apples to Apples or Cards Against Humanity. In that sense that you get a random card, and then you got 2 cards, and I think you had to like combine 2 cards and then sell whatever that combination was to the person, and whoever made the best sales pitch, kind of like a Snake Oil, a cure-all, you come up with whatever the description you want to. So like my brother had one that was like a butter Santa, no, a butter baby, or like Santa's butter baby, something like that, and it was like you use it to help Santa get down chimneys by lubing the chimney with the butter baby. And it was like the funniest. The explanation was the most moronic, funny thing. I was dying the whole time. That one won real good. That one was really funny. But it was a really, really funny game. I love stuff like that. Trying to just be... But you have to be with the right group of people to play games like that. You're not playing with people that like that concept, then it's like there's not enough creativity in it, and it gets boring. Especially you have 1 or 2 people that are like very creative in those senses. Absolutely dominate. Kind of hides the whole pattern, though, behind it, which kind of sucks. Wonder if the play is more... Crypt Cake? That's the play? Voxels. see it? It's lighting, I can't actually tell if I like that or not. Maybe the white is the look. This has such a big contrast, I think, is what I'm currently struggling with. Let's see. What is it? A stage? From Vietnam, welcome in. For joining us. Hope you're having a great night. Fran. Welcome to the enshrouded mega building. Well, yeah, what in the base though, Ducky, is what I'm asking. I don't know if I like that as much. Add some plants or flowers in front of it. What's up, Shikaka? How's it going? Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get there. I always do that, like, last. If anything, we'll be using the, this tool that adds, like, these vines. Or even, like, this stuff. Weird little, like, hairy-looking things. That's this overgrowth tool. All the vines and stuff you can add on. We'll be doing a lot of that. Sort of weathering effect, and we'll break things so they don't look quite as polished and perfect as well as we go, but... Doing good. A little sad. The tours were a lot shorter than I thought they were going to be, unfortunately. For the night, so slightly disappointing on the tour Tuesday. Wow. Not bad. E30's base was really cool. I made the mistake of not asking enough questions and thought we had a couple more to show than we actually did. Is really all it was. Not bad bases, but I misinterpreted a couple people saying they wanted me to look at a couple things, not necessarily their whole base. Mostly my bad. We're not getting a bit more info. I feel like this is going to be too much white, but it's worth testing it. Not totally sold. You also kind of have to, like, build it correctly. But we showed up E30 BMW's base mega build in Grounded 1, which was super cool. We saw some of their Grounded 2 stuff, which was really cool as well the other day. A week or 2 weeks ago or something like that. Makes me excited to get to review their bases again as we continue. Doing more and more Grounded 2 stuff. It is all good. Save my flower base. We're when the tours start piling up again. Yeah, I mean we're in that like limbo zone where there's just not a whole lot of people playing the game because we're all waiting for the winter update in general. So didn't necessarily have like huge expectations. That's why we were doing grounded 1 bases, just to show off some more fun stuff. I know everyone very much looks forward to Tour Tuesday, so I didn't want to do nothing, but we just didn't have quite as much as a full Tour Tuesday night deserves 6 bases or so, and 3 with 2 of them being sort of ones I didn't know or hadn't seen before. They all had some cool ideas though, so it worked out. Not the end of the world. Just was a very different Tour Tuesday experience than normal, I guess is the only thing I could say about it. I don't have 6 bases built. Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with us taking some breaks as well. I knew at some point, honestly, I expected it a lot sooner. I honestly expected us like a month or 2 ago to hit this point where we don't have any bases to review because people are taking a break from the game. So honestly, the fact that we made it this far is pretty good. Okay, I can work with that. I kind of like the contrast, like 1 more white piece, just a little bit on the side, but not too much of it. I feel like if we went all white like this, it would just be a little too overwhelming. But a little bit where we cover up a lot of it on this side looks pretty nice. We'll probably try a different pattern on this side, but I think this looks better when with a little bit more contrast. Trying to make sure we keep the same rough vibe, which I kind of feel like we do, where these feel much more filled up than these do. You get a little more solid on the sides, and sort of same thing here. We may need to bring down some of this white on these sides as well. That might help enclose it a little bit better, potentially. Those emerald material pieces would look nice. Yeah. So many blocks. Like this one that I've been using in here. Marble? Yeah, I'm assuming. Could work. The obsidian. Does make a really nice... Randomly noticing things that are off, love it. Clean that up. Supposed to be a quick fix. What the? This is specifically where turning the voxels off makes such a big difference. Can't tell at all what you're doing with this obsidian block. Okay. Yeah, it is a pretty color. They're a bit hard. The only issue with these is that they can be really difficult to tell what's happening when you're using them. There's just a lot of... They have a lot of voxel interactions, I guess is the best way to put it. As you can see, they have a lot going on, so they get a little funky to mess with at times. Even like this, if you don't build them exactly right, weird things start happening where you see these little, like, squares going through still. Probably because one block above them is not the same block or something. Not the end of the world. Decisions. Oh, decisions. Okay. Change these over. Order of operations. Gotta remember it. A lot of the times the game does not like it when you try to play blocks over things you've already built. If you've used props specifically. I like the little torch behind. Perfect. Okay. We'll place it. Why would you be able to? Maybe the issue is it's just really wide. I feel like these blocks are 1, 2, 3, 4. They're way bigger. Be part of the reason it's feeling a bit off. 2. Yeah, it almost feels like it needs to be skinny. Tapered. That's a hodgepodge. I don't know what to tell you, Ducky. I have no clue what's happening. I just know nothing about Ark. It's because it wants. Kill the bird. Let's see. Stand up there, fool. Crowded. Those are exactly. So interesting to build with none of this on versus when you turn it on. Such a different visual effect. Hate filling it in a little bit more. Definitely feels like there's too much happening right now. Little simplification sometimes is all. Except that thing pissing me off. Why is this one block exactly the same? Good evening, Lude. How's it going, man? How was the Baldur's Gate? Missed E30's base tour, man. It was pretty nuts. Pretty freaking nuts. You're gonna love it. Got a big fight out of the way. Nice. Yeah, unfortunately, the Tour Tuesday was a little on the boring side today. Sadly, we did not have a whole lot to see, so. We essentially saw E30's base. That was about it. He's got E30 has built X-Wings, like a Batmobile looking thing, I guess the closest thing I can think of is like Avatar, where they've got those, same with like Halo, a bunch of the games where they have like the dual helicopter rotors, so it's like two helicopter blades on each side, and they like can rotate and stuff to like move the ship. He's built some crazy helicopter thing like that. He built some crazy stuff. It's really cool. And chaos building at its finest. It was kind of insane. Polished. But the one voxel being weird. Summit it. I toured around his world a little bit. Then you probably know a bunch of it. It was all new to me. Dying because I couldn't find my way around. I actually fell off of it like 4 or 5 times. I died a lot. It was funny. Well, I died one time, but I kept falling and could not find my way around anything. It was an absolute maze. Very funny. Were you by chance part of the big sign he made? If you might know what I'm talking about? Yes, I did die laughing. You have zero idea about it? It had some world building elements to it, if you know what I'm saying. Kind of interesting. Really changes the whole like yet. That's what's yeah. Look at the clip, dude. Look what you've started. You're creating a trend, it seems. Does kind of need that. Oh, well. My bad. Oh, it's funny. It was funny. It's funny that everyone's picking up on it. Sure. We're like close. We're heading in the right direction, but something just feels off still. Trendsetter, right? Brought that in one as well. That could do it. Isn't that a scary thought? Yeah. Food's gonna start leading the revolution. Rebuild that's on this. This is gonna be a pain. I mean, everyone seems to be loving it, so. How goes the building? Not bad. Not bad at all. Just kind of a chill building, I would say. It was a day at work. One of those days, and my child was having one of those days as well. Not one to be left out. Interesting night on the Discord. Yeah, just one of those days that needs to go away. Yeah, that's kind of how it feels. Can't really say it was a bad day. This was like those annoying days where it's like, okay, why is everyone on one? I was fine. Everyone and their mom was on one today. Mochi and the Discord being a rude. You had YouTube comments just being, I don't know, everyone's like got some ridiculous opinion that they feel like the world needs to see right now. And no one cares. Yeah, he's seen the Discord stuff. Yeah, I know. It's just also that kind of day. Work, it's funny enough, the YouTube world side of things has felt very much like the Discord today. That's exactly how it's felt. It's just like, okay. Everyone's got something to say all of a sudden on things that no one asked about. It's like some of people out there haven't heard. Everyone heard that phrase. Everyone's got a butthole, but no one wants to hear about yours. The YouTube stuff is fine. It was just one person having some opinion. It makes no sense. like trying to prove a point on something that we're not talking about. Like, so like someone's on the YouTube comments for my top 10 grounded tips video was like stuck on the fact that I made a tip that said cycle your days and nights, and they're like, why is everyone so impatient in the world? Just play through the days. The game cycles days and nights by itself. And I'm like, that's fine if you want to play casually, but this is a tip on how to build, like gather materials for mega builders and like people that are struggling. So like it doesn't pertain to you. So why are we making points that are just moot? They make no difference. No one needed to question it. Not like everyone should just cycle the days and nights. That's not what the tip is. The tip is cycle it if you can't collect enough materials during the days and nights. If you're struggling getting lint and stuff. Just like arguing points that it's like, that's not what this was about at all. I don't know why we're talking about it. It's not, that person's not drama. It's just like, it feels like people want to argue for the sake of arguing today is what it really is coming down to. Like, I'm not even trying to argue any of these points. I'm just trying to help people build. People hating on the games I'm playing, like they're being forced to play them too or something. You don't like grounded content, then don't watch the channel. You do like grounded content, then watch the channel. I don't know what else to tell someone in that situation. Just people are funny. About the only thing. That's all you can really say about it. People are funny. Yeah, everybody thinks their voice has to be heard. Nobody knows how to keep things in context. Yeah. Like, I'm all for, like, the point, like, yeah, there's nothing wrong. Nobody knows how to make decisions. Yes, that's true. Like, I'm all for making a point, but when we're trying to make a point, like, I can't understand a point like, why are you so impatient? Don't skip days. I'm like, have you ever done the math? Like, I literally had to do the calculation for them. Because I was like, they're like, I could run around, their point was, I could run around the entire Grounded 1 map and not get to every significant point in the map in 5 in-game days. Why? Like, they're like, find something to do in the game and wait for the natural day and night cycle. And I'm like, that's fine for casual players, but we're talking about mega builders here. Like, we're talking about people that are struggling. The tip is for people who are struggling to get more lint and to get more, like, materials. Like, that's the point of it. It isn't to say, from day one, cycle those days and nights. Like, it's for people specifically struggling to gather those materials. Because if you do the math, a one in-game day is 48 minutes in Grounded. So you're at 4 hours. If you naturally wait for lint or ash cement to respawn, you are 4 real-world hours you're waiting for that one material. 4 hours. Are we really going to say that, like, it's ridiculous to think that skipping half of that and turning it down to, like, an hour and a half to 2 hours is somehow, like, being impatient? I'm like, I don't think anyone should be waiting 4 hours for a material to respawn. I'm sorry. That's just ridiculous. That's an absolute waste of time. And that was their whole point, was like, no, you need to be more patient. And I'm like, dude, this is for people who... I have 3,000 hours in the game. If you're telling me I should have 8,000 hours in the game now because I'm impatient, I should just waste like an arbitrary 3,000 or 4,000 hours of my life for materials to spawn. Like, that's the point, is to help people build. But their point was they don't like that concept, and I don't know how to argue that with someone. Someone telling you of all people to be patient. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, dude, I got more patience than the vast majority of people out there, I would say. I've actually had multiple people in the last week tell me how patient I am. But yeah, it's just those It's like the same thing as Mochi coming into the Discord and being like, this game's lame. Dude, no one's forcing you to be here. If you don't like this game, then don't be here. Like, no one told you you have to join this Discord and that my Discord has to be like all the other Discords. That's the opposite of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create my own distinct community here of people that like the things that I'm working on, not just copying other games because I'm not just going to play a game because that's what everyone else does. And plus, there was, what, 8 million people that had Grounded 1 or something? Or it was 30-something million, 40 million? People bought the game. Like, I can't really agree with the concept that, like, no one likes that game. It's just one person doesn't like it. One specific person wants to make it heard that they don't like that game. And then saying like, oh, all there is Grounded content on this channel. I was like, bro, we've almost only played Enshrouded this last month. Like, what? And I don't really think there's any other games that are better than Enshrouded right now, if I'm being truly honest. Don't get me wrong, I love Grounded too, but right now Enshrouded's just in a better spot. So we patiently wait. I don't like your stuff, Timber. Change the things you like to what I like. Yeah, right? Like, that's cool. Like, we all like different things. There's nothing wrong with that. There is only Grounded vids on your channel. I mean, for the most part, yeah, but that's because the channel, like, that's like coming to a professional Apex player and being like, bro, why do you only play Apex? Like, what? What? Welcome in, J-Rab. Yeah, exactly. That Grounded game sucks. I'm like, the whole channel was built. The only reason I have the viewership I have is because of Grounded. Like, I don't understand how you can hate on a content creator's game of choice. Like, there's 5 million other people playing Valheim if that's what we're stuck on. Go watch them. I'm not gonna cry over it, I promise. Like, I think that's more so the point I'm trying to make. Like, I don't understand how you can come into a channel that's made off of Grounded and be like, you should stop playing this game. That seems like a counterintuitive thing to like all the growth I've had. We are here today. Everyone that is here watching this is here because of Grounded. There is just nothing we can say other than that. That is why we're all here today. Without Grounded, this channel literally does not exist in any way, shape, or form. And if it were so easy to just go play any other game, don't you think I probably would? It takes a lot of time to grow multiple games on a single channel. It's not this like easy thing that you can just drop everything and do. Found your channel when you were playing Enshrouded. Yeah, but this is a very new addition to the channel. I mean, I played beta Enshrouded for a month maybe, and then kind of took an extended break from it, and we've just kind of recently come back into it. So it just takes a lot of time to grow that community in a totally different game. You have to meet all the people. You either have to convince people that like the other games you play to watch you play a new game, which we're doing a decent job at, or you have to find new people that are playing the game you're playing. It takes time. Just one of those things. Not something you can just magically make happen out of nowhere. By the way, what's your thoughts on the new content? I haven't had a chance to jump into it yet. It's incredible. Best update by far. By far. I've liked all the updates in this game so far, but the whole water edition specifically for building the water edition, I mean, as you can see, we've been having some fun with the water. We have many waterfalls going on. I'm like absolutely obsessed with the water right now. But in terms of the actual content, the new area is the coolest addition so far. It is absolutely like breathtaking how nice it looks. The whole Vale Water Basin area, and I think we're gonna do a little bit of exploring tonight too. Here in a bit, switch it up a bit because I want to kind of explore these last couple areas I haven't quite gotten to yet. A lot of interesting things out there, but it's really good. The best looking biome, the new stuff they added is absolutely amazing. The swimming mechanics are exponentially better than I ever would have thought they would have been. So much better than I ever thought we were going to get. So very impressed with the new updates. Absolutely worth playing. Those wouldn't hesitate to play it sooner than later. It's really good. Been itching to switch things up and try something else out. I would highly suggest messing around with it. Wasn't so excited about the cold areas. Yeah, it's way better. The cold was cool. I liked the idea of the cold ones, but like being cold all the time was sort of a rough place. It was a tough one to do constantly. But yeah, the new update, the water's really fun. Takes a little while to progress through everything, but I think it's really good. It's my favorite place, like, visually to explore so far. Just gorgeous. I don't even really know how they accomplished what they did, honestly. Back away. That to be. We've been in a cozy mood lately, so I've been hyper fixated on a game called Dinkum. I've played a little bit of Dinkum. Not a ton, but a couple hours. Fun. I liked the sort of like Animal Crossing vibe it gave off. It's actually quite enough room to be doing what I wanted. Could just bring this. Nothing wrong with being in a cozy mood, though. Nothing at all. I get that. Sort of how I treat building a lot of the times for myself is just... That's how I make a game cozy for me. Build a lot of things. Try to give off that cozy build vibe, you know? I played a ton of the newest, the Switch Animal Crossing, so Dinkum was pretty interesting. Always difficult to fit in time for more and more games. Why didn't I read yours? I said on the 25th, big man's giving you this. Did I not? You lagging again? You know nothing, Ducky. Cozy Castle Villages? Yeah, exactly. You know nothing, Johns. Who knows? I could have read it in my head. It's possible. Nobody knows, Ducky. There's no proof. There's definitely no video proof whatsoever. Definitely not a thing. It's impossible for you to prove. Trying to make. Is there a build limit at in this? Not that I've heard of. And this is a really small build compared to some of the stuff out there. We have a decent amount built, but I mean, people have way, way bigger stuff than this. We have a start to a massive build, but there is some crazy stuff out. It is bigger on the inside. Grower, not a... Definitely matches the rest of the build. SpongeBob? What? Compare these. Let's not do it. Destroy the inside of my other build. Alright, that definitely has the right depth. Is it a little bit? Who'd have said, oh, build limit equals imagination. We have... My chat doesn't show. But there is an imagination emote. I don't know why StreamerBot doesn't show. Dang, StreamerBot? It helps if I remembered what the words are for all my own emotes, but I can't. There you go. Imagine. Something. Hey, Ducky with the resub for 4 months. Let's go, man. Thank you. Getting up there. Yeah, it took you a second to find it. Yeah, does this well for me. Well, like I never type in chat, so for me it's like I have no clue what I'm doing half the time. I just make them for you guys to use. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so I do... This definitely fits the overall vibe a lot better than this side does. I like the pattern of this side, but it's maybe a little too much. It's interesting, but it's a little overkill. Not much of an emote individual. Yeah. It's a very... someone either loves it or hates it. Like, there's no in between, really. You use them. I use them like every once in a while myself in chats, but not something I do very often. I also don't chat very often. I'm typically lurking if I'm watching Twitch stuff. But I make them for the people that do like them. Alright. I mean, it's exponentially better than it was before we started the whole redesign of this thing. So I'm not upset about it, but maybe not quite there. I can't tell if I really like this or I don't yet. I think if we went with this, like more of this, I think it would just be too visually overwhelming. And I want it to feel like hefty in many ways. Like, it's a dwarven fortress. I don't want it to feel like too... This feels... It's not actual glass, but I mean, the idea behind it's that it's sort of stained glass looking. But just all glass doesn't really make sense. But I like this, but it's just not quite there. But seems very dark. Yeah, a little bit. I want it to contrast. I just don't know if it's too much right now. Depends on the streamer for me. If there's a crap load of people, I'll lurk. If there's 50 or less, I'll say hi. Also depends on whether or not the streamer actually talks to chat. Yeah, that does make a big... Definitely makes a big... Yeah, the issue is it's either going to be more dark. I mean, we could inlay the inside of this with a slightly different material to lighten it up, but outside of that, I don't know. And a friend are talking about a book, and my sis says as a... Yeah, sounds like a book I don't need. You heard it, so we need to know. Is that how that works? I'm with Lude on that one. I don't know. I guess the other side of this is what? Blocks instead of the good. And not if we place it in the wrong spots. On. No, that's a no. Like the pattern in the front, maybe something in the background. Yeah. There's not a whole lot of light. Like, that's the struggle, is it looks good with the crypt fences because there's a white block, the luminescent white block behind it. But then if it doesn't have that, it's just everything looks dark that I've messed with so far. Crap. Now I have to... It definitely is dark. But being like a dwarven fortress, it does like... It wants that darker feel to it. I'm just not sure how I want to accomplish that. There's something there. I just don't know if it's right here yet. Pattern. Another reason I really like building with depth. It's so many interesting signs and stuff. It was only 67 seconds. I guess the other side of it, we could potentially just use a little infill design or something. just having a couple of white blocks shining out of the gaps. Just, like, I read the white block with the crypt fence in front of it as a stained glass, and I want, visually, I want the lower area to feel heavier, because it's like a fortified fortress in the long run is sort of the idea behind this portion. So I don't necessarily want the light on the bottom as much. Kind of why I'm messing with the ideas. And I don't even necessarily hate it even without the hole. Yeah. So like I've already kind of done the crypt look, and although it looks good, it's just giving the wrong vibe to me is all. Like I like it. It did look nice, but it's like a dwarven fortress. It would never have glaze like glass on the lower levels. It would be as strong and fortified as you could make it. So that's just part of the current struggle, is tying that concept together with what I've actually got going on. That's design. Just the process it takes. Maybe it just looks better with all of it dark and just keeping the pattern. Any of the glazing down below. So many cool patterns. I also think part of what I think I need to do here is what I think what's working here is that I copied the white down here. So very similarly, if you see what's happening, so we have a highly polished white block. We have the castle roof block, and then the luminescent block is one behind that. And so the crypt fence sort of is essentially a third block backwards. Whereas these, I don't have that white element, which I think is what is making this side start to work, is that it kind of, it's utilizing the same concept where there's a white piece that is what brings that lightness to it, where then you can have the other stuff set back more. So definitely think this looks much better than this side. But now it's deciding, like, do I need the white here as well? I don't know. I would change a lot of the design, is the hard part. But there's quite a bit of contrast between the two, which I don't know if I hate it or like it yet. I think a little bit more darkness is not necessarily a bad thing, though. Like, this whole thing would need to be set back an entire block if we were going to do it that way, I think. Column really needs separation. Like, this would have to be back a block. Need the diamond-shaped pillars. Which ones are those? I don't hate this, though. Heading in the right direction. Hey, Frostbit, how's it going? We only had 3 Grounded 1 tours. So today was quite a short one on the Tour Tuesday side of things. And since I'm pretty much just taking a break from Grounded at the moment, waiting for the update to come, we just decided to hop into Enshrouded. Like, it's just reinforced enough with it not... God dang it. Yep. Looks like it is just reinforced, even with it not one place in, but I really do like where you're going. Left side is looking better. Yeah, I would agree. The left side's definitely heading in the right direction. Started refabbing my castle, and the new update is crashing like crazy and driving me crazy, but I'm inspired and can't stop building. That's good. I'm kind of taking a break because the viewership has just kind of died out anyways, so at the end of the day, for me, it's like, hey, I can be patient waiting for the new update to come. That is not a problem. But I found there's still a lot of people struggling with crashing and stuff. So it's one of those things, like, we have one grounded 2 base tour on the list currently, so I'm not going to do one grounded 2 base. I do like doing those more as a full thing. And the viewership's going to skyrocket back up when the winter update comes out at the end of the day, so it's like, no reason to rush. And we're having a lot of fun playing Enshrouded at the moment anyways. I'm not upset about it. But always love to hear that people are still loving it and enjoying it. When does the winter update come out? All we really know so far is that the update is getting announced in January. I would expect late January, early February. That's the hope currently. Lady Monoki needs to get in on a tour somewhere in these games. Yeah, seriously though. I know it's not necessarily her cup of tea necessarily. But that's also why I like doing the tours where people don't have to be a part of them. Well, makes it easier for everyone. A lot of people don't necessarily want to be on stream or anything. Monoke. I said it wrong for so long. I felt bad. Try to make sure I'm getting it right. I like how I accidentally just did that, and I kind of like that. Something interesting here. Mess with him. Oops. There are only happy accidents, right? Build is pretty amazing. I definitely like the possibilities here. Yeah, I think once we get enough time into this thing, I think it's going to be absolutely ridiculous. It's definitely coming together, finally. Taken a lot of hours to get to this point, though. Not been a quick process. Typically failed on that as well, Timber. What part? Oh, saying her name right? My brain, I had like a straight dyslexia moment. Yeah. I don't know. When I was reading her name, it made so much sense to me. And then she mentioned it, and I'm like, dude, what was I even looking at? Like, what? In what universe did Monique, like, I was adding extra letters in. I was like, dude, what was I doing? I mean, it's easy as the content creator to miss those things, but I was butchering it. I was like, how did you not tell me sooner? That wasn't even remotely close to right. Nothing about it was close. Like, I hate it, because, like, I hate when people say my name wrong, because as I oftentimes am called a female name instead of a male name because people just don't read at all. And I was literally doing the same exact thing, like just blazing through reading it without actually paying attention at all. Like, oh my, what am I doing? Not that she added too much, but it happens to the best of us. All we can do is get better. That whole thing needs to be... Anyways... Matter... Could get worse. Yeah, we could get worse. That is true. It's always possible. I try to get 1% better every day. Does that happen? Probably not, but we try our best, right? And sometimes we don't try at all. It's this life. We try our best, but some days you just can't do it. That's the goal. Constantly improve. Exactly. I'll take 0.002%. Honestly, today was one of those days where it was like, I don't know. I guess in terms of my patience level with stupidity, 1%, I was a 0.5% maybe better. I probably got a little feisty on YouTube because I was having an annoying day, though, so... Sometimes people just really grind my gears, you know? As someone who tries to spread peace, love, and positivity most of the time, people can really piss me off when they just are all negative all the time. We all have those days where we're negative and everything's going wrong and we're all frustrated. Like, it happens, but those are not the days where we go comment on videos and belittle people for no reason. They'll get over it. Oh yeah, no, they care. If someone's willing to come into a YouTube video specifically to degrade other people, like I have no problem being the person to set that situation. I just don't. I don't give a crap. Say whatever you want about me. Don't start talking about my community. You want to talk crap about my base builds, I am more confident in myself than the vast majority of people out there. I have no problem with that. But don't you dare try to tell people in my community that something it sucks when they have no basis of understanding. Like, I'm the one with the design degree here, so... Trying to tell me that a build sucks with no experience and no build of your own is, like, comical. I like to take the approach that people are terrible so I don't react when it's true and pleasantly surprised when I'm wrong, right? Yep. No, I find most people in the world are just kind of terrible right now, specifically. I would definitely say. But as a father, I very much struggle with people, like, as someone who I'm now, like, a protector in many ways, as a dad. And so for me, I've always felt like that person that is going to stand up for the little guy. Like, especially now that I have this, like, voice that I get to share on like social media and stuff, like I will always use that to spread peace, love, and positivity over everything. And so if you come into a community where that's what we do, spread peace, love, and positivity when we can. Not saying we're all perfect and that's the only thing that's spread. I'm not perfect by any means, and I can get frustrated. But if you come into my community, like, you're kind of asking for me to... I often, if you want to respond, like, if someone comes at me, like, I tend to try to be the bigger picture. But if someone comes at me rude, like, I understand people having off days and stuff, but if, like, the only thing that someone gives off is rudeness and disrespect, like, that's exactly what I'm going to get back to them. That's what they've earned. And I've created this community that I love, that I think is a lot of fun. And the way I see it is it's my duty to protect the people in this community from losers. So if people want to be negative about my stuff, I couldn't care less. I'll have no problem debating and talking about that. But if you come in and start attacking like people in the community stuff, you're not going to get a nice timber. You'll get a very mean timber, is the way I try to see that. Come for me all you want. I don't care. Don't come after my peeps. All they're trying to do is have fun, play cool games. An easier way to measure this. I can take a ducky, I'm sitting in about the same boat as Timber is. Yeah, exactly. Certain people can absolutely defend themselves, and I don't necessarily feel like I need to do it for everyone, but... there are people that don't have the voice on this channel as much, so happily take care of them. Especially when it comes to the base tour stuff. If someone's hating on the base tours just unnecessarily, when someone puts like a lot of hard work into something, I will absolutely destroy those people. I have no patience for that. You don't have to like someone's design, but commenting that like this is the dumbest thing you've ever seen is not going to elicit a good response from me. Because those people are allowing me to put their hard work on my channel and show it off to the world, so I will not let them be attacked by losers in the comment sections. Because it's one of the, like, it's such a simple concept. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And if you say something that's nice, that's not nice, best expect someone to come at you with something is equally not nice. In this day and age, I won't stand for it. That's just how it goes. Yeah, I am liking the bottom a lot more now. I think this is starting to look way better. Figure out what the heck's even different between the left and the right side. Just a really small design change. I really like the left. I'm still shooting for that 40 hater mark. You'll get there. You'll get there. With enough effort, Lude, you can do anything you set your mind. Actually, surprising. Trying very hard. Was taming a big bird. It's at 50 HP when it got knocked out. The tree shall fall on their head without warning. Exactly. Exactly, Chip. Tight side, the sides need to go. What? Oh, right side? Sides need. key. Yeah. My brain, I started looking here and I was like, wait a second. What am I not seeing? And I immediately caught this after you said, right. All right, I can live with that. Not saying it's the final design. I tend to go through a lot of design revisions, it seems. Especially in this game. There's just so many options, I think is what's so crazy about it. There's just like... There's so many things you can do. It's like if you don't test out a few ideas, you have no clue what you're missing in this game. Another way to look at it, people can talk shit they want. It only improves the metrics. Yeah, I always find that funny too. Like people are like think they're doing something. I've learned that from other creators. All interaction is good interaction. So you can hate on the videos all you want, but you're only making them do better. YouTube doesn't care if you leave the most ranting, horrible comment you've ever could think of. It doesn't care at all. It just sees a comment. That's all that matters. Yeah, it actually rewards it. Yep, very true. And then if I get into the comments, then it just only gets crazier because then they're just commenting and I'm commenting and it all just works for me in the long. That's sitting. Not look same. And people would say that it's comment baiting, right? Look. As my dad always said when I did something stupid, sucks to suck. That comment would bait more comments. Yeah, so it's just a slippery slope, you know? I'm sitting slightly further back. That porch not same. Okay. I mean, at the end of the day, like, even getting mad about clickbait and stuff just doesn't even make sense anymore. If you don't use a catchy clickbait type title, like, you have to follow through to a certain extent, but, like, I had someone get mad that my title said, like, you won't believe these, like, mind-blowing bases, and there was one base they didn't like out of 6 we reviewed that night, and I'm like, bruh, what do you want me to say? Like, I reviewed 6 bases, and one of them wasn't as crazy as the other 5. Like, what do you want me to do? Not gonna say that all the bases are horrible. Like, that's not even true, and it's all a perspective and, like, your own mindset. Like, something one person likes is something someone else will hate. That doesn't necessarily mean that one person's perspective is right and the other person's is not. My torch. Ah, I knew that was gonna happen. Dang it. Knew that was gonna happen. Where the Heck did that freaking torch even go? It's just gone. Literally just disappeared. You need to say that. Feel like that title is more clickbait. There it is. Well. Oh. Yeah. You got a disclaimer. Not all minds will be blown equally. Please consult your doctor. Seriously, though. Like, I feel like the only reason you can get mad about, like, a clickbait type title in this day and age is, like, if it's just nothing was... Like, everything was a lie. Like, you say... well... I don't even have a good example right now. My brain's off. But like, expecting a title to be 1000% correct to me on YouTube is just like, you can't run a YouTube channel like that. Like, it doesn't work in this day and age. You have to have really catchy titles that exaggerate the truth a little bit. And as a creator, the best thing you can do is follow through as best as possible. Like, I think if you're like 80% true, 70 or 80% true to your title, like, that's not a clickbait title. That's YouTube. Like, you should be mad at the YouTube algorithm, not the creator. And I don't feel like I've ever stretched the truth so bad on a video that, like, I'm literally lying. And I don't think I could ever say I've made a single title that feels that clickbait. You gotta make some wild accusations and stuff to get that clickbait of a title in this day and age. Follow through with the majority of what. Can't expect everything to. I went to the grocery store and got an apple. What? Some people need to be hit over the head in this day and age. Like, they're too literal. They can't. They see an AI image and they're like, it's that. Oh my gosh, the world's exploding. Look, I saw a picture online of it. Like, no, we have to use our brains for a second this day and age. Believe everything as it is. I will always try to follow through as best as possible with everything I do, but that doesn't mean I'm not a victim of the algorithm as myself. That's it, dude. That got rid of it. Why? Why does that one little nub come out when I do that? I don't understand. Yeah, like ads for mobile games? Yeah, exactly. Games are 0% the game is in the ad. Dude, there's so many times I've seen this game where it's like a tower game. And I'm like, something about that I want to try. And then I looked at the game one time and I was like, there's nothing about this. Like, it's not even close to what it was. Like, what part of this game has this weird tower level system thing where you fight monsters, like, going up these, like, progressively difficult towers? Like, I don't understand how it could be that different. That's clickbait. That goes back to, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Common sense. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It just takes the common sense. Common sense in this day and age is just non-existent. Literally non-existent. It's like so thing to go. Don't know what. Mess with it. Well, but I think we're headed in the right direction. I like this. I will say, that was the one thing my dad said in life. He's like, I don't give a crap if you get straight A's. I don't care if you're the smartest kid in town. I don't care if you got the best job in the world. All I want from you is for you to have common sense. More than anything. That'll get you exponentially further than anything else will. Just an ounce of common sense. Like, we're having that conversation more and more, Timber. Seriously, dude. It's what it needs. I don't know. Like, the world needs some common sense. Really does. A different design to get that one stupid... The annoying part is it's probably just one block behind here. It's like off. Not seeing. What? Just worked? Sure. You say. Your world, I'm just living it. This? This. That. Oh. Wait a sec. Let's look right now, but it's built different. Dang it. Came back. Gone are the days that you get a healthy dose of reality after you get out of school. Dude, seriously. Some people need a real slap in the face. Life hitting them real hard. It's exactly the same. I'll have to mess with it off stream for a while. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. Yeah, all I care about is my son having an ounce of common sense. It's rough. People that are really smart that have no common sense are... That was one of my college roommates. I lived with 4 guys that were all a year older than me. And one of the guys was like straight A's, so freaking intelligent. I swear that guy, I don't understand how he was so smart. Like, it was like he never used his brain, ever. Not once. Everything he did was like, the heck did you pass any of these classes? How are you so book smart with just 0 street smarts whatsoever? Like, I don't get it. He's a great guy, but man, it was rough. It was painful. Life is painful when you're like that. I don't know. I don't know how he survived as long as he has. His life was painful. At the best of times, it was painful. Well, I don't know if I'd change anything else on this. Liking it. Feels like it's got the right amount of contrast now. Of course, we have to fix this stupid little nub, but I can't really do that without taking the whole wall apart. Smart people like that have reality bending abilities. It honestly feels like it in some way. I don't understand. The world is an interesting place. That's all I can say. Oh, at some point it feels like life is just gonna smack them in the face. Oh, actually, I wonder if this is a good opportunity to mess with one. Might fit, but we can hide it. Pattern behind it isn't right. Oh no. Yeah. I don't know if I like that. Not my favorite. I mean, I always kind of thought I liked the idea here, but it did feel a little boring. I don't know if that's really adding for what it's doing. It gets a very bright, very, very bright block. Just add on the inside. Yellow glow block, that might be enough to do it. The white's just so white. Like, the only reason it really works on the outside so well is because of the roof block, like, really breaking it up. Without the things breaking these up, it's a lot of white. The it's such an interesting block because it doesn't actually emit light, but it is light at the same time. It's like, it's really weird to mess with. The lighting in this game is like the one thing that I feel that I have not experimented enough with. All the lighting is just from like luminescent growth blocks and this white luminescent block. Outside of that, like, we have no lighting. It's much better outside. It doesn't have that like ridiculous glow. Whereas when I'm inside, it is so bright because it's such a dark room. I think that's mostly what I'm struggling with. It is very bright. It'd be interesting to bring some of these exterior elements to the inside, but not quite like that. Look how organized we are. Everything's named. So now I actually know what they are. It's great. I really like these sign blocks. These are so nice. The fact that they only show up like right in front too, like the fact that they don't render in is so nice. Torches don't give off enough light for me personally. Yeah, it's really weird. It's like the luminescent blocks look like they're lit up, but they don't actually emit the light. They're just like an internal glow. And then the torches don't have a whole lot of light, and you can't really like ramp up the lighting of them either. So I'm fine with it on the inside for like stuff like this. Like it creates the right mood and the right vibe for like a forge, but for areas that I want to feel really light, it almost feels like you have to have more daylighting. It's a feature, not a bug. Oh yeah, I know it is. It's very difficult to get used to, I think. The lighting is just so incredibly different than any other game that I've played. And I don't typically get like really into lighting itself. That's kind of cool. I like that. Torches are not great light sources in reality. Yeah. Like, I mean, even the braziers, it's a decent amount of light. It feels like you oftentimes have to use more light sources than you probably wanted to. But if you use something like these, like, then it's just like this overpowering amount of light. It's very difficult to balance the two. Because, like, that is daylight. Just used to the grounded lights. Yeah, it's a very different experience for sure. But I mean, like, these things, it's such a crazy glow effect that they give. I think they've turned these up a little bit now that I'm seeing these on the inside. This used to not be anywhere near as light as these are currently giving off. Which is nice. Not the end of the world. They're definitely difficult to use in efficient ways. It's like, well, we're going to have to, like, break it down because it's too much. We need mirrors that can bounce light off. That'd be kind of interesting. Like the Kazakh Doom. Lord of the Rings. How they bounce mirror lights and stuff. That would be really interesting. Coding that sounds like a nightmare. Yeah, now we've created this really cool effect on the outside, but it leaves us with this really weird situation to deal with on the inside. I'm not sure how I want to do, because this used to just be all naturally lit, but it is not anymore. There's an idea. Definitely happy with how it's turning out. I wish this door, that is my current struggle, that this door is a different color. I want this color door in this size. It's the perfect size, and I like that it's metal. But it's the wrong color. Depending on the engine, it could be already in. Ray tracing is not a new concept. That's true. This is a completely custom engine, though. So that's the interesting part of the whole thing is, like, we have no clue how they're building this game. Everything is so custom. It's like, obviously they can do just about anything since they got the water done so freaking well. It is impressive. Really like how the outside looks in the rain. Yeah, the rain effect is really nice. It's not too intrusive. Doesn't like ruin it. It does kind of get things like a little bit wet looking as well, which is kind of a nice. It's very realistic. Looks nice. And I love that it doesn't add like a you're soaking wet. And it's this horrible debuff that is going to ruin your life. It's just kind of there. It doesn't have a horrible negative effect, which I really like. Wow. Outside of one little voxel not working the way I want, this turned out really good. Quite happy with it. So I guess this means we're gonna have to start working on the cathedral now. Yikes. It's a big project. I've been trying to figure out how I want to lay this city out as well, but oh man, that is a project. What the? My snowmen. They're actually made of rock. Why do they look so bad now? And they are actually made of rock. And they just have a snow texture on top of them or something. Yeah, we got some Christmas going on. They just added these in the update that came out today. And fixed a bunch of random bugs and stuff, which was great too. It's really coming together. I mean, we have so much work to do on this cathedral build. This thing's going to be ridiculous. That's a task, but I'm excited to start on it. Now, I feel like we have a really good sense of how these designs are starting to come together and how I want to like detail the cathedral out that I was not feeling like very confident about. Now we're definitely heading in the right direction. Very much so. I think next stream we're probably going to be working on the cathedral, mostly. We got a lot of layout work. I still don't have a great idea of what this whole thing's gonna look like. I just have some ideas in my head, but that's about it. You make a 1 to 100 scale thing of your build. In what? What would I make that out of? Looking forward to being able to look back and seeing the difference in the cathedral. Yeah, I think there's gonna be some massive changes. I really like the basis that we have going here, but what I like is that I love this sort of entrance with the windows and stuff. I like the windows and their placement. I don't like the rest of it so far. You're basically building a pallet as you go along. Yeah, exactly. Plus, like, this thing started, it's a good start, but half the blocks in the game weren't in the game when I started building this. Like, this is one of the first things I started building outside of is we had this thing built, but I didn't really have a good sense of the palette I wanted to use of blocks. I didn't have a good idea of the design. We just were kind of testing ideas. Like, we started building this right before they added the prop rotation into the game, which I really like and I think looks awesome, but I think we're going to mostly switch over to the Midnight Tomb block because I think it's just a way better block. Overall, the granite blocks are really nice in like small details, but there's too much edge detail. Just kind of creates a very flat wall, whereas this is not anywhere near as flat. The little details in here as well I really like, just little tiny little things. That was when I first came into the chat. Oh, nice. Great timing. Could use that polished obsidian. I could. It's like, it's too much for me, typically. It's a really cool block, but the issue is you just get, there's just too much going on. I don't know how to work with that block outside of, I really like the way it looks as a ceiling. I think it's a really, really nice ceiling material. But everything else, the voxels are crazy on this block. You always get these little overhang things. It's always something weird. It's really, really difficult to like work with this block so far, in my experience. Not saying it can't be done, but you have to be really, really intentional when you're building with it, or else it just gets visually overwhelming really fast. It's really, really cool looking, though. It's one I think you have to test. I think it's more for me like an accent piece block in many ways. It's also so shiny. crazy how much reflection this thing has. Like that polished green hue. Yeah, it does look really nice. I think that's why I'm sort of leaning towards the Midnight Tomb block specifically, because I find that it's got almost, the green isn't quite as nice, but I really, for a cathedral build, I really like the little details that happen in this block specifically. Feels very cathedral design, kind of styling to it. It'll look better when we have more of it too. We currently, with just a little bit placed, you can't really quite tell. There's smaller details, but it's sort of a happy medium between the obsidian block. I like that it also gives a little bit of like an aged look to it as well, whereas the obsidian block is like such a stark, shiny block that there's no interpretation for it to be old or has seen like time and weathering, whereas this block immediately reads old. It's seen weathering, it's been outside for a long period of time, and I think visually that's gonna work a lot better in the long run. But we're definitely gonna be doing a lot of testing with these ideas. Like this whole tower was not the design, not happy with that shape. I have some really interesting images to be kind of testing out. We'll look at it stream at in stream once we start working on this as well. But yeah, you can kind of picture, not that this is the exact design. I don't know what the heck these are. But we'll be taking some elements of this and this whole design that we've been kind of working on with the fountain. And these elements will very similarly, of course, this is going to have a much nicer sort of shape to it, but will have a similar kind of effect where you see the white right now. So it'll be kind of a darker contrast, which is also why I kind of want to step away from the obsidian block. And we might use more of the castle block mixed with it, because it just looks way better. The black is not quite the right coloring. I want dark contrasting materials, but I don't want maybe this contrasting. We're going to have to mess with the castle block a little bit too. Just a really nice gray. It also has really nice details. It's a little more organized than the polished granite. Feels like it is as well. A little bit more simple textures. Hey, Ross sent me a list I can send to you, unless he sent it to you. Well, cathedral designs? No, send it. I'd love it. A lot of what I'm working off of is more fantasy themed, so like Lord of the Rings type things. I'm pretty sure this is like a AI image or something, but this is the rough idea that we're working with like the tall backlit stained glass with this darker contrasting sort of tower. But I've got a lot more like fantasy. Every couple, like St. Patrick's Cathedral, I really liked these tower designs. Messing with those a bit. Liked these tower designs as well. I think they look a lot nice. A little bit more square. But we'll step away. I think there was too much tapering that was happening that I'm not a huge fan of. Kind of embrace the squareness of the blocks in the game a little bit more this way as well, and then we props to make more interesting shapes within those. But I think we're gonna start being a little bit design. I think we'll kind of keep that, but then maybe some taller towers. We might need some more side towers to kind of break up. A lot of ideas. And then I've been looking at layouts and stuff as well. How the heck it's going to even. There's not much of a game plan. We're winging it right now. Everything, I'm just kind of looking at things that I like visually and going, oh, I could take like this little design and put it there, and that little design and throw it here. And so many things. What was that green block? Which green block? The Midnight Tomb or the Obsidian? Awesome. Perfect, Lude. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, so Ducky's going to have Enshrouded. And he's going to get just started the Midnight Tomb block. I did with mine. Definitely all winging. Yeah. I like the organic construction of this, though. I think it creates slightly more interesting ideas. Can I send that in chat? Means send it in chat. Like that. Caps lock. So nice, I wrote it twice. Yeah, you're gonna get this game just in time for us to get to play for another like 2 weeks, and then we're gonna be like deep in the Grounded 2 update whenever that comes out. Guess we'll probably, I'll be back early January. Probably not getting the update until late January at best. Likely early February. But we'll get a month. Probably get another month out of Enshrouded before we take a break and go back to Grounded stuff. I'm hoping we can get a really good start on this so I can start doing some of this off stream. Some more builds, make some more videos and stuff on the side of it. We need optimism. I'm optimistic. I'm also realistic. You have to have both, right? I'm optimistic that we're going to get it before March. I just try to set myself, my expectations and my viewers' expectations properly. Even though someone got really mad at me for trying to set proper expectations in the Grounded Discord the other week, because I was like, let's not tell false information that makes it sound like we know what's happening when we don't. I feel like a lot of people are frustrated right now because they have an unrealistic expectation of what early access releases are like. And so for me, I try to keep it very honest. We can be hopeful that it comes in January, but we can't expect it to come in January. We can be excited about it coming in January, but we cannot expect it to. We are not the ones designing the game, and we don't know what it takes. I think there's just a younger demographic that just doesn't get that and gets mad. A little too fast. It's very much like I've had no expectations about Enshrouded early access, and it's been such a fun early access experience for me. There has been large times where I'm like, we need new content, but not having the expectation is like everything's come out better than I could have dreamed. The water update is insane. Like everything that, by being patient and not like constantly complaining as a community and trying to rush them and make them feel bad, we've gotten really good updates. It also helps this game is a lot further along than Grounded is in early access to this point. That Jeopardy music playing while waiting patiently, yeah. It feels like that at times. But I know you're an adult and you're not going to get mad that it takes longer than we all wanted it to or whatever. We're going to have fun at the end of the day no matter what. So, what's another week? All right. I think I'm going to call it here. We're at a good spot. I don't necessarily want to start another massive project and start making adjustments for 5 to 10 minutes and then call it. So, I'm going to call it here. Appreciate everyone hanging out for the night. Sorry for the slightly sad Tour Tuesday, but we will be back after the holidays, after the new year and stuff, and we will have some more fun, of course. I'm excited for base tours, especially when the new update for Grounded comes out. I'm hoping that we can figure out how to maybe do Enshrouded tours. A lot more complicated, though. That's the struggle. Unless people have servers themselves, it makes it a lot more difficult to do. So not totally sure how we how we will go about that. But if anyone has ideas of how to do base tours and stuff, simplistically in Enshrouded, that'd be really fun to do. Otherwise, base tours will be back early January, most likely. Early to mid-January. I can't make any promises. We have to have more bases to review. So, Ducky, that's enough. Thank you. That's enough. As Ducky has pointed out, make sure to join the Discord if you have not already. There's a lot of really cool builders in there building in Enshrouded and Grounded and other games, and we have chats for other games if people like talking about building or want to show off their art and their creative works in general. There's also chats for those. But it's a great spot just to hang out and talk to creative, fun people. And make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. And also follow me on Twitch if you're not. It really, really helps out the channel. But thank you, everyone, for hanging out with me for the night. I will be back tomorrow, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be playing more Enshrouded. We'll probably be working on this cathedral, or if I come up with a new idea, working on that. No clue. We'll just see how it goes. But I hope everyone has a great rest of their night, a good day tomorrow, and we will see you tomorrow at 7. Peace out. Oh, not Tuesday. Wednesday. My bad. It is Tuesday today. Yes, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thanks, Lude. All right. Catch everyone tomorrow. Peace out.